YouTube world, what is happening? You guys are awesome. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time, I'm glad you're here. If this is your 10th time joining and checking out Kyle's vlog, thank you. Those of you that have been subscribed to my channel, you guys are awesome. All 42 of you. I really do appreciate you guys giving the time and support to this channel. Please continue to share my videos if you feel I mean, if there's anybody out there you know that may need some encouragement, definitely throw them my way. Encourage them to subscribe to this channel. Now, I love doing this. I do this on the days that I'm off of work. It really helps me when I'm, with work, it can be stressful at times. There are good days or bad days. But this is where I like to clear my head and talk about things. And it just leaves good conversation if you are willing. I know some of you guys have commented before. Some of you guys aren't. And I don't know why that is, but I mean, at the end of the day, my goal is to help, encourage, and inspire you. And so don't be shy. I mean, if there's a topic on here you guys want to talk about, I can leave you my email. And you can email me privately and say, hey, I want this to kind of be brought up. And I would keep your name out of it. But honestly, guys, I'm not doing this for profit. If it happens, it happens. If something happens along the way where, I start making money off of this, that'd be great. But my main focus is to really just be some of assistance and help you guys. And that's my goal. That's what makes me happy. You know, doing some good. And I've done some really good videos on here. I've done some funny videos on here. I've done some really hard videos on here. But that's because I'm real. And I feel like you learn with true emotion when someone's really expressing how they feel or what they're going through. You kind of gravitate towards that, and hopefully it opens the confidence in you to be willing to share what's going on in with your family or a friend of yours or whatever. But I just want you guys to feel good at the end of the day, and that you're not going through what you're going through alone. So definitely check back on my older videos, subscribe to this channel, like these videos. I would really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Now I'm going to get into this video. As you can see, I got a color pencil, two color pencils, because I am finishing up on a drawing that I did just a little bit ago, and that's what I'm going to do for this vlog today. This is something that I should have done a couple weeks ago, but we were all kind of grieving the loss, the shock of Chadwick Boseman, who passed away from colon cancer. If you guys don't know who he is, he played Black Panther. Before that, he played Jackie Robinson in 42. He did Get On Up. I mean, he's done some pretty good movies, really good movies, actually. And so I thought we can do like a little acknowledgement, celebration of him right now, even though it's a couple weeks later. So I did a drawing of Black Panther, and I'm going to finish up the coloring here, and I'll show you guys at the end on how it looks. And we could talk about Chadwick, and we can talk about, we could talk about anybody else if you want. If there's anybody else that who is a celebrity that you feel needs to be talked about, we could do that too. That's no problem at all. But I think that the reason why I wanted to do Black Panther is because I have actually deep admiration for the guy. Chadwick, I first saw him when he did Jackie Robinson. And I knew he was going to be different. I could just tell that he was really picky on his roles because he didn't just take a script. Um, that he didn't take every script. He took the ones that really mattered to him, and would speak to the audience. And so, like I said, my first movie of his that I watched was Jackie Robinson. And what's sad is that a lot of what I think he was really underappreciated um, for the stuff he did. He really cared about what he was going to put on screen. He wanted to make a difference. He didn't want to just, you know, take a role to just gain money. He wanted to make a difference in what he was putting out there. Um, but like I said, you could tell he was different in his approach to acting. Um, I know he did some TV roles, some like spots on like Law and Order and a few other things. Um, but yeah, I don't know. He was such a cool guy, and he was really passionate about what he brought to the screen, but also outside of acting, um, um, he worked with a lot of um, charities. He would raise a lot of money for. I mean, we recently just found out that he would raise awareness for colon cancer or kids with cancer. Um, he filmed these last movies that he was in while he was in recovery or while he was dealing with this sickness, and it kind of brings me back to when my grandma Lewis had cancer. Um, you know, sometimes you feel like you're not hurting anybody when you keep it in. Some people were just so shocked that he would keep something like that a secret. Um, but I also understand from just the way he was that he didn't want to be known for having cancer. He wanted to be known for the roles that he played and the impact that he made doing it. Um, he didn't want. I feel like that's why he. I mean, it may be something completely different, but I feel just in general that when you're dealing with cancer, you don't want that to be the report of when people talk to you. Also you don't want sympathy. I mean, you kind of just want to grieve by yourself. And um, I don't know. He was just such a cool guy. Um, like I said, I loved him as Jackie Robinson. He played that really well. I know he really studied Jackie Robinson um, just to really mimic him and be him out of respect. Um, I don't know, man. He was just such a cool guy. And I feel so terrible about what he dealt with. Um, you know, it says that there's a quote out there that says, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. And I don't know. I don't know. It's just. It's just. I just have deep admiration for um, what he has done the last 4 years while dealing with his sickness. when a lot of people who deal with cancer, um, sometimes they just um, they don't want to do anything. They're not motivated. Um, you know, I remember my grandma just kind of, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to suffer anymore. I want to be happy. I want to leave a lasting impact. Knowing that I was strong and not um, sick. I wanted to be happy with a smile before I go. I mean, that's what I got from my grandma. Um, you know, and I think that's just how most cancer patients react. Uh, I had a friend back in high school. Um, well, I mean, we weren't really friends. I knew of him because he would go to the church that I went to. Um, but he had leukemia, and I remember him wanting to raise money for awareness, um, for those who were dealing with cancer, or leukemia. Um, he he didn't want his last months to be sitting at home. He wanted to be of service, and you know, I've worked at hospitals um, as a janitor or recycler, however you want to call it. Um, and I remember going up to the children's hospital, and all those kids were just happy. And I would always go up there sad because if I could trade places with any of those kids, I would. You know what I mean? Um, those parents grieving, dealing with the stress of the bills. I mean, the bills is one thing, but their kid is going through that, or their kids are going through that, and everybody's affected. But like I said, you could just see that they were wanting to live. I remember seeing a kid um, ride a three-wheel tricycle, small little tricycle, in the hallway. He was having a blast. I remember joking around with him, saying, "Hey, don't slow down. You're gonna run me over." You know, I said to him that, I mean, do you have a permit to drive that thing? And he'd play along. He'd be like, "Yeah, I do." And you could just tell that all he wanted to do was live. His life was just starting out. Those kids who deal with cancer, all they want to do is live. They can't comprehend what's going on. All they want to do is be happy. They see other kids outside having fun. They want to be a part of that, but they can't. It just breaks my heart, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, Chadwick, colon cancer. I mean, I think when he was filming, Black Panther, there was days that production was halted because, or I feel like, production was halted a few times because he would have doctor appointments and checkups and stuff. But I guess the only people that really knew of his sickness was his family and closest friends. And to hold on to that and do what he was doing, where I want to leave a lasting impression by being in some movies that really mean something to people. I totally get that, in a sense. Um, I feel that we can take some encouragement from him, and that no matter what we're going through, or like, I don't know, I've talked about on here that we don't know what people are going through on the inside. And I've talked a lot about respect and love and care, because all people are wanting is not only to be accepted, but be happy themselves. And like I said, I have a deep respect for Chadwick's work ethic, but also his strength. That he didn't just stay home, he didn't give up. That he fought this battle by being in those movies that we all love. And I remember seeing Black Panther, or before even Black Panther came out, like way before even Black Panther came out. I know they were working on a script and everything before they casted him. And I remember going, I think Chadwick Boseman would be a perfect choice for Black Panther. I just said it jokingly. I do that sometimes. It's really weird. Um, yeah, I just remember seeing the movie and having a deep respect for the fact that he really made you feel like you were part of the movie. That, he was trying to pay homage to culture, African culture. But he really made you feel like you're part of it yourself. I think he's really cool. I think he's a major loss to Hollywood. There's not a whole lot of actors out there willing to make a difference on the outside. And then when it comes to movies, all they want to do is make that cash, And I don't think that was how he looked at it, Like I said it before, I feel like with him being picky with what he was going to do, he wanted to make a difference in the roles that he chose, because he wanted you to think and reflect and learn. And I think a lot of actors out there should be like that, where they're, paying homage, that they're bringing insight to the world, This colored pencil is going out, man. I hate that. I hate that about colored pencils. The freaking lid just goes down, shrinks. I don't have a sharpener, which is terrible. what can I do? It's not going to look as good because of the way the lid is. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to miss this guy. You know, he was such a cool guy. He was a humble dude. I actually watched a graduation commencement speech that he put on at his college that he graduated from. He was talking to the students about failure and how failure leads to success, and to not be afraid of going through these challenges in life. And I feel like a lot of that, of what he said, was stuff that he was dealing with on his own, you know? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to finish this up real quick. I mean, Wakanda Forever has become, I don't know, just a national, worldwide saying. You know, togetherness. I feel like that's what it means. I mean, I may be totally wrong, but I don't know. I mean, even I was doing that after I saw the movie. You know, we just really don't know what people are going through. And I'm not going to mourn the loss of this guy. I'm going to celebrate what he has done, and that he wasn't one of those actors who took it for granted, playing with it as a joke. He really cared about what he was going to do and who he was going to play. Dang it. All right, come on. All right, guys, I'm going to finish this up real quick. I'm going to pause this real quick, and I'll get back to you when it's done and colored, okay? All right, guys, so I officially finished the coloring with the lid being like that. Not very good. So I hope it looks pretty cool. But I really, really hope that this shows not only my respect to Chadwick, but what he's done, not only within this role, but just in general. Just the guy that he was, the impression that I got from him. I pray and hope that we continue to have more actors like him, who are willing to do roles that are more meaningful and relatable, in a sense. And so, there's this part down here I missed. I hate this coloring thing. All right, so you guys ready? Okay, well. See, normally I don't color unless if I paint. I have more room. But I actually tend to draw and kind of like detail it with the pencil rather than color. But yeah. What do you guys think? I hope I did the character justice. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I mean, a little bit different today. But my heart goes out to anybody who is dealing with cancer or going through it. My heart goes out to you. I'm praying for you. I mean, I myself personally, I experienced it with my grandma, and I know how hard it is. And so, Chadwick, thank you for what you brought for us in these last 4 or 5 years that you've been in the spotlight. Thank you for being real and honest to yourself. I pray for your family. Thanks. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll see you in the next vlog, okay? Kai Louie out.